start of race number 4 at the 2025 Star World Championship. With an amazing sea breeze coming in around 15 knots, the over 100 stars made their way up to the first upwind mark. Soon it was clear again that the right side was in favor at the starting vessel, and the boats who took all of that pressure on the right side just could get their nose in front and made their way all the way up to the first upwind mark. Thank you for all these amazing pictures of these stars. Over 100 on the line there. Amazing onboard footage here with the Swiss who won the first race. And from all over the world, 19 nations making their way to race on those beautiful waters in Split.
In the fourth race, we could see again in the first upwind that majority of the fleet took the right-hand side.
Yes, it was the first time very crowded at the starting vessel because everyone wanted to get that advantage. And the wind stayed very consistent, but the pressure was definitely off the right side of the course. And those crews who managed to start there, the one who managed it the best was definitely Paul Kayat and Frida Kleen, the winners as well of race number 3, and here rounding already after the first upwind in a very comfortable position. More gold stars coming in.
They were in the second place, George Sabo and George Iverson, and in third place, Eric Doyle and Payson Iverson.
Then at the first top mark, Dani Fritz Michi Oberweger making a strong appearance in the 4th spot. Then Jack Jennings, Pedro Trusch, such as Nick Heuwinkel, Jesper Speer, Scott Barnard, Kilian Weise, Robert Staniek, Marcel Fockel, and then the Croatians, Tonči Stipanovic and Tudor Bilic. And number 10th at the top mark, Juan Kay and Fernando Rivero. Paul Kayat, his sailing style is hard to describe, but I think perfect today is definitely a way to describe it.
Yes, as the first downwind was going on, there was some changes on the leaderboard. The only secure thing was Paul Kayat and George Sabo.
Yes.
Who were from the beginning until the end securing their first and the second spot, resisting the attack from behind. Paul and Frida making their way up more and more, making a distance, making a bigger and bigger margin each leg.
Yes, about this we tracked his time to the second at every mark, and it got bigger and bigger, and at the end it was over 2 minutes, which is just insane. Behind that we had really close racing. Here, for example, the youngsters Nick Heuwinkel and Jesper Speer against the Croatians. And once again, most of the fleet at the second upwind chose the right side of the course because this paid off today at every occasion. Back with Marin Misura and Tonko Barac all the way up to the second upwind. The waves were, at the end of the day, quite high with that sea breeze coming in. And once again, a lonely race for Paul Kayat and Frida Kleen. Sailing with the sunset behind them and 100 stars breathing down their necks. Insane. On second position
was George Sabo and George Iverson, just in front of Croatian Tonči Stipanovic and Tudor Bilic, as well followed by the German Robert Staniek and Marcel Fockel.
And the finish line for Paul Kayat and Frida Kleen I am looking forward to this interview today because they will be very happy with 2 wins in 2 races. Then the results of race 2 were on 2nd spot George Szabo and George Iverson, 3rd spot Tonči Stipanovic and Tudor Bilic, and so many more amazing sailors making their way